Good evening. Well, there's been a lot of talk online about the reforming of the Council of Witches and revising the 13 Principles of Belief. Now, this could be a very wonderful thing. This could really help out the pagan community as long as it's done right. So let's have some positive thinking on that. But also, we do have to watch and make sure that this does not go horribly wrong. Before we go any further in talking about the council's objectives and revising the principles of belief, I believe that we need to know what they are. So here is the brief history and the principles of belief. The Council of American Witches was founded in 1974. This was a group that formed these principles, and these principles were later put into the U.S. Army Handbook of Chaplains. This was to help to teach other people that weren't pagans how we thought. Okay. Introduction. In seeking to be inclusive, we do not wish to open ourselves to the destruction of our group by those on self-serving power trips, or to philosophies and practices contradictory to those principles in seeking to exclude those whose ways are contradictory to ours. We do not want to deny participation with us to any who are sincerely interested in our knowledge and beliefs, regardless of race, color, sex, age, national or cultural origins, or sexual preference. Number 1. We practice rites to attune ourselves with the natural rhythm of life forces, marked by the phases of the moon and the seasonal quarters and cross quarters. Number 2. We recognize that our intelligence gives us a unique responsibility towards our environment. We seek to live in harmony with nature, in ecological balance, offering fulfillment to life and consciousness within an evolutionary concept. Number 3. We acknowledge a depth of power far greater than that apparent to the average person. Because it is far greater than ordinary, it is sometimes called supernatural, but we see it as lying within that which is naturally potential to all. Number 4. We conceive the creative power in the universe as manifesting through polarity as masculine and feminine, and that this same creative power lies in all people and functions through the interaction of the masculine and feminine. We value neither gender above the other, knowing each to be supportive to the other. We value sex as pleasure, as the symbol of embodiment of life, and as one of the sources of energies used for magical practice and religious worship. Number 5. We recognize both outer worlds and inner of psychological worlds, sometimes known as the spiritual world, the collective conscious, inner planes, etc. And we see in the interaction of those two dimensions the basis for paranormal phenomenon and magical exercises. We neglect neither dimension for the other, seeing both as necessary for our fulfillment. Number 6. We do not recognize any authoritarian hierarchy, but do honor those who teach, respect those who share their greater knowledge and wisdom, and acknowledge those who have courageously given of themselves in leadership. Number 7. We see religion, magic, and wisdom in living as being united in the way one views the world and lies within it. A worldview and philosophy of life which we identify as witchcraft, the Wiccan way. Number 8. Calling oneself witch does not make a witch, but neither does heredity itself, nor is collecting of titles, degrees, and initiations. A witch seeks to control the forces within her himself that make life possible in order to live wisely and will without harm to other and in harmony with nature. Number 9. We believe in the affirmation and fulfillment of life in a continuation of evolution and development of conscious giving meaning to the universe we know and our personal role within it. Number 10. Our only animosity towards Christianity or towards any other religion or philosophy of life is to the extent that its institutes have claimed to be the only way and have sought to deny freedom to others and to suppress other ways of religious practice and belief. Number 11. As American witches, we are not threatened by debates of the history of the craft, the origins of various terms, the legitimacy of various aspects of different traditions. We are concerned with our present and our future. Number 12. We do not accept the concept of absolute evil, nor do we worship any entity known as Satan or the devil, as defined by Christian traditions. We do not seek power through the suffering of others, nor accept the personal benefits can be derived only by denial to another. Number 13. We believe that we should seek within nature that which is contributory to our health and well-being. And there we have the 13 principles of belief. And so think about these and how would you revise them, if any? Thank you, and have a good night.